Welcome to the 2020 OneAZ Credit Union Year in Review video. You're going to hear from our executive team, members, local partners, small business owners, and one of our grant recipients. And with that, we'll first hear from our president and CEO, Kim Reedy.
Arizonans had to adapt to a completely new way of living, working, and doing business this entire year. Many businesses cut back hours or they even closed, and unfortunately some of our members even lost their jobs. We always operate with our mission of improving the lives of our members, our associates, and the communities we serve. And that was no different in 2020. We put the needs of our members and the communities first. We had financial assistance for our members, we deferred loan payments, and we donated to several nonprofit organizations around the state to help them help people. We also made it easier and safer for our members to do banking however they were comfortable. They could go in the branches safely. We had video calls with branches. Of course, you could apply for loans and deposit accounts online, by phone, and even on the mobile app. And you could do a lot more too. You know, we have always been an organization that values people, and we've championed diversity. In 2020, it was completely obvious to us we needed to deepen that commitment and make sure that it was organizationally wide and true. And so we updated our mission and our vision and our value system and even our job responsibility to include diversity in everything we do. At OneAZ, we always operate with our members' best interests at heart. We've done it for 70 years. And because of that, we continue to do it in 2020. Because of our commitment to supporting Arizonans, 2020 was one of our most successful years in our history of being able to help out our members. More Arizonans knew we could help them out, so they joined us in record numbers. And we even had record years in lending and deposit growth because we were able to reach out and help more members because they trust us to do the right thing.
One of the questions I get asked is, how did the needs of our members change when COVID hit? Well, the first thing that I would tell you is that our members were quick to adapt to their environment. A great example of this is during the Arizona stay-at-home order, many of our members transitioned away from traditional banking services to more online banking and over the phone. The credit union was quick to adapt to these changes. One of the first things we did was institute safety measures in the branches for those members who still wanted to see us face-to-face. Next, we enabled Zoom in all of our branches, so members could still bank with their favorite banker or teller without ever leaving their home. In addition, we really ramped up our ability to provide members the option to open accounts, apply for loans, and manage their finances all online or with our mobile app. Today, I'm proud to say that our members can choose to bank with us how, when, and where they want to.
Our first step was to form the Together is Better Committee on Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. The committee is made up of associates, executives, and board members from all departments and walks of life. The committee guides our organization's decision-making and ensures that we're serving members, associates, and our communities with fairness, justice, and compassion. We also appointed a Chief Diversity Officer to ensure that diversity, equity, and inclusion are seamlessly reflected in the full life cycle of OneAZ's business operations. We shifted a portion of our workforce to a teleworking model in 2020 during Arizona's stay-at-home orders to ensure the safety of our associates and members. We also offered improved sick time and short-term leave benefits for associates who needed time off to recover from COVID-19 or care for a loved one who was ill.
COVID-19 changed the world in a profound way, and for many small business owners, the impact was immediate and severe. OneAZ is a part of our community, and our members mean everything to us. We knew we were in a position to help our business members obtain critical financing in their time of need, deploying over $10 million to more than 400 Arizona businesses. Another thing we did was work closely with our large commercial borrowers to give them flexible payment arrangements. By providing our borrowers the option to defer their payments for several months, business owners weren't forced to choose between paying their loan over their employees. This was really important to us, as those employees are real people with real families, and at the end of the day, it's people we serve. 2020 was absolutely a big year, and it's one we as an organization should be very proud of. We helped over 1,900 of our members finance their homes, originating over $450 million in mortgage loans, and easily topping our previous record of $388 million set back in 2012. And while that's certainly something to celebrate, let's recognize how the entire mortgage team pulled together and worked really hard in the face of some extreme challenges. I am so proud of how our associates rose above those challenges, put each other and our members first, and accomplished so much.
The year 2020 brought many challenges stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. The combination of our consistent focus on members, our recognizable brand, and proven market-driven strategy provided strength to our organization, helping us weather the storm and positioned OneAZ for a successful 2021 and beyond. Last year, our president and CEO, Kim Reedy, called 2020 the year to run, and boy, did we run fast. We increased our membership 7%, and our assets grew 20%. Although the past year was unsettling, we brought forward several programs to help our members. For example, we offered 0% interest rates on initial 12 months for personal loans. Our associates supported members in need by processing mortgage and consumer loan deferments for up to 120 days. Additionally, we implemented a credit card deferment program, assisting members with monthly payments for up to 6 months. Our long-standing financial formula continues to ring true, driving growth through relentless focus on our members, diversified product portfolio, and building financial strength and profitability through continued expense management. All of this enabled us to continue to make 2020 a year of investment in our members, providing financial security throughout the COVID recession, and supporting the overall financial well-being of our members at the individual level. OneAZ's capital strength exceeds the National Credit Union Administration's well-capitalized threshold. This positions OneAZ as a strong, stable, and secure financial institution for years to come.
So many folks reached out to nonprofits for help during the pandemic. As COVID progressed, these organizations faced lost funding and a lack of volunteers. We knew we had to act. OneAZ immediately launched an emergency COVID-19 Community Impact Grant Program, offering a total of $200,000 in grants to 100 nonprofits in need. Additionally, in the early days of the pandemic, many healthcare providers had little access to personal protective equipment. Once again, we asked ourselves, how can we help? We had a surplus of N95 respirator masks from a previous epidemic, so we donated 40,000 N95 masks to Banner Health's Desert Medical Center. These masks helped healthcare workers safely treat patients with COVID-19. 2021 will be our biggest year yet. Our communities need us now more than ever. We're committed to giving more than $250,000 to local nonprofits. These nonprofits are the lifeblood of our communities, lifting Arizonans up and empowering them to pursue better lives.
I've been a member with OneAZ since 2011, both business and personal, and I have a social media following, and I put a post out about how I love my credit union. I tagged OneAZ, and they said, you know, the thing that we focus on is we exist to improve the lives of our members, which is obvious, the lives of our associates, but also the lives of the community we serve. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, that's pretty cool that you have a community that maybe not even be members yet, but you want to go ahead and serve that community. And so we started doing that. And it's not just serving one area of the community, it's the entire state of Arizona. So we've created videos on what is a credit score, how to create a budget, how to pay off student loan debt, how to save money in college. So we're putting together content, and we're also putting together content in ways for different age groups to absorb that. Maybe somebody wants to read it on a blog, or watch it on a YouTube video, or hear it on our podcast, or maybe watch a webinar, something, whatever format we can create so we can reach that community. That's what we've been able to do throughout the year of 2020.
Without our community, without the support of the community, there's absolutely no way Mahalo Made would have survived or even thrived through the pandemic. So when Mahalo Made was full steam and then COVID hit, it was kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut it down for a while and see if we can ride this thing out. We had no idea that it was gonna be closed for almost a whole year. So that impacted our business, our sales, my employees, and my relationship with OneAZ and Mahalo Made's relationship with OneAZ has been one of continued support. They've championed us from the onset of me saying, hey, I'm gonna start this thing. And it's been really easy for me to use my State 48 credit card, shameless plug, to make some of my business purchases and then pay along as I needed to. So those things were instrumental in keeping Mahalo Made alive, and then also us looking forward to the future and still planning for a storefront and then seeing that through, because that's still going to happen in 2021. So I would not have been able to do that without OneAZ.
2020 was a really difficult year for small businesses, as everybody knows. We saw businesses in the beginning really struggle figuring out what the future was going to look like. But in the end, as things move forward, we saw businesses persevere. Through the pandemic, we saw story after story of businesses figuring out different ways to do things, new ways to sell, different ways to communicate their stories to people in the community. Local First has been running our Move Your Money campaign for years now, and we knew that this year more than ever before, families and people living in Arizona were more interested now than they ever have been in thinking about where their money is really going. We're proud to partner with OneAZ on the campaign. We were able to not only tell the story about how local credit unions like OneAZ are helping small businesses, but also bring those businesses along, help them through the struggles of the pandemic, give them access to resources, and continue educating people about the importance of us looking towards the future. And so we're seeing increased awareness among businesses, among families, and among people that not only care about where they spend their money, but where they deposit their money to.
So Purple Girls is a homegrown company. My husband and I started the company in 2012. We handcraft gourmet air pop popcorn, everything in shop in Glendale, Arizona. We put our passion and love in Purple Girls. So the pandemic has definitely been a challenge. What we do see, or what we have seen, is that even though people aren't getting out, they are ordering online, and we've gotten a lot of support from local corporations by them sending their employees gifts, and they're using Purple Girls to send smiles to their employees. I think OneAZ is unique in that I always feel like I'm a family member. Every time I come into the bank or through the line for drive-through, they recognize me. They send little notes that really lift my spirits.
It's a family business. They make you feel personal and family welcomed with anything that they're trying to do. Whether it be home, business, professional, they're awesome.
Harvest Compassion Centers are local food and clothing banks, and we serve the community at large. We aim to serve low-income families who just need a little bit of assistance and help, sometimes to make it through the month, some extra food, hygiene items, maybe some clothing for their children. And what we do at Harvest Compassion Center is just try to spread our mission into the community. And OneAZ Credit Union has been so amazing with linking arms for us to do that through their grant partnership program. And I was really impressed last year in 2020 when they sped up their grant cycle to go ahead and pivot where food banks were really busy. We were having a spike in clients, and having full shelves with food on it and hygiene product, that was a necessity. And credit to OneAZ, who said, we're gonna go ahead and give the money out now because we know organizations like you truly need it, and we know families are scared. They're fearful for what's going to come with the pandemic, and let's go ahead and be hands and feet immediately. So we need to do it together, and OneAZ continues to show up for us for the last couple of years. So we're thankful and blessed to be a part of it.
OneAZ operates with our members' best interests at heart. Thank you for turning to OneAZ and trusting us to help you reach your financial goals.